glad you could join us again on Art House. I'm Melinda Kilami. We have some interesting things lined up today, so let's check out what we have for you. A group exhibition at a gallery in Lagos. Then we see where design meets art in this rare exhibition in another part of the commercial city. That and more after we take these words from our wordsmith.
Our wordsmith for this week is titled Arewa by Israel Tamzi. She is more than light, like the air eases our plight. The look in her eyes is always so dreamy. Her beauty defined the name itself. The beauty in her eyes, a glow that shines. Like the sunrise, her smile opens up the cloudy skies. Her laughter delights butterflies. It's safe to say the universe skipped a breath for the ultimate beauty. And in company with tons of women, she sings praises in the marketplace. She is the mother of 1 million children, yet gave us Arewa, the loyal catalyst of our number strength, the safety sea through which our ancestors returned to life. Kudos to the doc, flowers to the mum, kudos to the philanthropist legend who bequeathed Arewa to human race. Kudos to the stethoscope, bravo to the needle. 1,000 shouts to the women folk who labor in pain for future grains. She shall be called Arewa. Her astonishing beauty matches her rare-toned body, her sonorous voice, a rarity that complements her gorgeous ibadi. Arewa, a superb intelligent quotient, with a mind excellent beyond length, her brilliance never seen, her majesty a gift from God with a touch that resonates, and smiles that echo the heart, her beauty so indescribable. The half you see is one part, the other half is the greatest. That is the beauty. Within her heart, the love she gives, without question, is the best gift she could ever bestow. Arewa, beauty unspoken.
I Am and Nothing Else is a group exhibition at Affinity Art Gallery in Lagos as 5 female artists from Africa come together to create magic with their works of art.
The title and ladies involved in the exhibition are inscribed at the entrance for visitors to behold what they are about to encounter. Step inside to amazing works of art created by these 5 young female artists who speak to issues that affect their gender, hoping to use their images to draw attention to them during a period the world has been celebrating women.
So this exhibition is titled I Am and Nothing Else, and it's in celebration of International Women's Day and International Women's Month. So what we did was we cast our nets wide and got 5 amazingly talented young artists, 2 from South Africa and 3 from Nigeria. So we have Donna Duke, we have Tumlola Olumide, an installation artist. We have Rowan Atella, we have Bukakawuli Tamani Nobakada, and we have Nene Malangu.
Large canvas, bold colors, different techniques, all capturing femininity, identity, healing, fertility, amongst other issues dear to their heart.
overtly figurative, but it kind of leans towards surrealism because of the clouds I'm introducing and the very imaginative and dreamy dreamscape, like the background is very imaginative. So the title of the exhibition is I Am and Nothing Else, and it's basically about celebrating women, and I did not want to come from the perspective of, oh, women have done this, they've done that, and I want to show them struggling or like going through some sort of hardship or performing resilience to say just for like external validation. So I was like, oh, why don't I just show my figures resting and like in a place where they have like kind of like freedom to rest and do what they want to do.
I experiment between sculpture, installation, performance, painting, and digital montage. In the show, I am displaying my work, Lamentations of Lips That Keep on Moving. It's an installation piece that has been installed onto the wall. It's created with different Adiwe fabrics in Kampala, and the work itself basically expresses the discontent of belittlement of women and young women in Nigerian society. Here I'm trying to sort of advocate in a sense and speak about the things that go on that shouldn't be, the things that we've been conditioned to believe are acceptable to us, what we are expected to achieve and what we're expected to attain and have as the optimum for us, but aren't actually the things. I've also accompanied the piece with a little bit of writing, which is sort of a manifesto. It's called Things My Country Has Taught Me.
Their use of materials from gold leaf, lace, embroidery to other items has really struck a chord with the audience, making them realize that art goes beyond having a pretty painting on the wall.
And so these five young artists are talking about what it is to be a woman, an African woman in art specifically, and how it is just existing and in today's society.
I think just like seeing how far I have come, and like when I look at my works from 2017 and like up to now, and I see the evolution and the materials that I introduced into my work which were not there when I initially started, that kind of like pushes me to like explore more and keep making more. So I just like recently started getting influenced by some artists, and one of them is Wange Chimutu and Brittany Leanne Williams and Nengi Omuku and Tunji Adeni Jones, just to name a few.
They all have different stories, and I can see that they have their different ways of expressing themselves. So me being a newbie in the art world, because I don't really understand what art is all about, I just think it's just a picture on the wall. Having to understand how things were actually created is really, really amazing, and it's very thought-provoking. Like looking at the one behind me here, for instance, is made with fabric, and it has a story to tell, a long story. So, but it can be interpreted by various things. And then I looked around there, they use fabric, paper from fabric. Amazing, amazing. And they've used needle and thread to make a statement on all the others. And upstairs, different other versions. Very interesting.
Personally, what people take away, which is different from what the artists might want people to take away from the exhibition, is for people to come in and understand that being an African woman is not a monolithic experience. It's not one thing, right? African women can be lots and lots of different things. We can be very diverse and very multifaceted and very multi-layered. And so it's like a whole breadth and a whole spectrum of experiences of what being an African woman is. So I think that's my main takeaway.
I would say breaking the bias has to do with basically not allowing yourself to be limited by things that are conventional. Breaking the bias has to do with not allowing the external of community and society dictate what it is that you're supposed to attain to, and allowing there to be equity and equality for all, especially for women and young girls.
These young artists have expressed themselves loud and clear in a medium which speaks louder than words.
That's girl power at the AAG. And let's take a moment now. When Art House returns, we'll enjoy our art quote and see some rare pieces. So do join us then. And these are the works of art you sent in this week. We begin with this one, which the artist Adeyemi Julius calls Ife 2. It's rendered with oil and acrylic on canvas. Then Adeni Ademola Jacob has the Massa Cellar, which he captures in a watercolor. Then Trustee is by Laye Collins, is done with oil on canvas. Then Extension is how Wakil Falano captures this oil on canvas piece. The Dance of Freedom is an ink and pen drawing done by Oyom Austin Iyang. Then this oil on canvas work is done by Daniel Ajayi. He calls it Voyage. I Am Tougher. That's how your Ajay captures this mixed media piece. The Beatles' Love and Sweet Night Stories is a newsprint and acrylic on canvas work by Ogunlesi Paul. Golfer, a sculptural piece done with knot and rod. Then Ballerina is an oil on canvas work done by Kelvin Lee. And that concludes the works of art you sent in this week. We do encourage you to keep them coming, but let's listen to the art quote we have for you this week.
The true essence of art is first to cultivate the artist's own spiritual nature.
Auto Vista, when design turns to art, is a unique kind of exhibition at the Art Pantheon Gallery in Lagos.
This kind of exhibition is a rarity in Nigeria, but the organizers believe it's a peep into the future. All these indigenously made automobiles have to be placed outside the Art Pantheon Gallery for the audience to appreciate before they go indoors. Architect Dapo Akintunde is proud to be the one leading the pack by showing where design morphs into art.
The exhibition is all about the art of the industry. So the art that we are introducing to Nigeria now is the art of what a tomorrow Nigeria will be. All the drawings and sketches in there were drawings and sketches that led to this car here. So if we're going to do a car like an African car, what is it going to be like? So this car is a car that has a totally different philosophy. One thing about this car is that we took into consideration the fact that the cars that are imported come from countries with different laws. The laws that protect these cars abroad are not the same laws that protect cars here. This car has its own armor plating. And the armor plating is not just to protect the car, but because the car is not as engineered on the exterior as a Japanese car. So a lot of this car is to handle airflow, to give it that downforce. So the whole car itself, if you look at it, it looks like an African spear, you know, and that comes from the fact that this is your African protector. You see, another thing about this car is that your trailer cannot crush you. A trailer cannot crush you in this car. Worst comes to the worst. When the payload of the trailer, the container is coming onto you, you can quickly run out of the car.
A look inside the gallery and all the designs are arranged on the walls in miniatures with colors that make them dazzle without losing its outline and style.
AutoVista is a design exhibition of cars, specially designed for African and Nigerians. And about a year ago, we conceived this idea with Dapo Akintunde after visiting him in his house, which was a museum anyway. So, and I thought this is something everybody has to see. It is not a show that is meant to be just for one person to see or appreciate while people just visit him in his house. I think the world has to say, this is the future, this is where we're going. And for someone who believes in Nigeria, who sees that Nigeria is heading somewhere positive, I think we need to show this. And I'm very glad that after working round the clock for about a few months, we're able to put this out for everybody to enjoy.
The architect connects the dots between these images and what's being displayed outside.
All these paintings here have the DNA of that car outside. If you look at this one here, it has the architecture and the ideas that led to that car exactly. And you can see the car there, exactly the car outside. You know, and this one as well is a top view and a side profile of the car, you know, and this is now looking at a convertible, an African convertible vehicle that we can make. You know, it has this chain. All the African cars will have a chain because sometimes, you know, the ramps scratch the underside of our cars. So it's high. These cars, you can see the prominent chins there too, in all of them, you know, and it's just different ways of different materials. This is some kind of bamboo composite. You know, that's where we get the yellow from in these ones.
The show also pays tribute to the work's designers. The gallery feels needs to be appreciated.
It's about time that we now appreciate design. If you remember, just sometime last year, Titi Ogufure released a movie made by design on Netflix, and after it was well received. And after that, or prior to that, we had started appreciating design in Nigeria. And I thought to myself that we make Adire in Nigeria and everybody wears it all over the world. We make Ashoke, everybody wants to wear. As much, as little as our kuli kuli, we package it in Nigeria and everybody wants to eat it everywhere. So why don't we design things for Africans, for Nigerians, for the whole world? And that's why I said we welcome you to Future. This is the future.
Designers are having their day in the sun at the Art Pantheon Gallery, and art enthusiasts hope this will be the first of many more to come.
Now, you know why I called it unique. It's good to see those type of shows on the program, and we have more on the next edition.
Coming up on the next episode, we enjoy the latest works of art under Fabulous, Autistic, Talented, a solo show by Kanye Chukwu in Abuja. Then to a group exhibition at the Adeline Gallery called Nostalgia.
We encourage you to keep liking, sharing, and viewing our page so more people can enjoy the ever-bubbly and ingenious art scene in the country.
Your art house experience doesn't have to end when the show is not on television. Interact with us on our various social media platforms. See any edition of Art House on our website or YouTube page. Join our very interactive Facebook page by joining the group on Art House on Channels. We're everywhere.
The curtain falls on this week's episode, but the gist continues online. Just check out our various social media platforms. I'm Melinda Akinlami. Do stay safe and keep being creative.